Hello and welcome to the Sweaty the Farmer and the Game Design, where we make some space sandwich. And they're tasty, yum yum. This is episode number 89. All hail the money! I am the Lord named Game as the Sweaty.
And I am Lucho the Farmer. Thanks for joining us on this episode. This week we put down a sandwich store with some microtransaction for condiments.
Man, you have to buy premium currency to get pepper and salt.
for the mustard.
Just the worst. Just the worst.
Ketchup not included.
Ketchup not included, oh my god. Just the worst. So in this episode we bring you on the deep dive all about freemium games, my friend. But before that, we do a little disclaimer. Discussion here is based on our opinions and our own in-game experience. Everything we say here, everything we do, everything we express, and we colorfully? What is that word?
Color. Yep.
Yeah, that's a word. Colorfully say it's based on our experiences and our personalities and our taste and everything else in between. So if you don't like it, if you don't like our opinions, you can always send us an email, a tweet, a message, or if you're watching us on YouTube, leave it in the comments below. And if you are watching us on YouTube and see our lovely faces here on the screen, say hi, Lucho. You can leave, don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the notification bell. Give us a like or a dislike if you don't like us. And do anything social that your platform lets you. That's the best way that you can support this show. And let us bring you some more of our insane ramblings. So,
yes.
Why, Lucho? Why have you done this to me?
Why not?
There is, as a developer, it is a game designer. There's one thing that I hate about the industry, and is this specific space. So yeah, not very eager to talk about it.
But those are games that are designed and developed by developers.
I know. But monsters. They're designed and developed by monsters. All right. So, to give it context, why do you pick up this game? This topic in particular?
I don't know, at some point during the week,
Yeah.
I came across this YouTube video essay. I think it's probably the closest thing by. I don't. It's Warhammer 40k content creator, I guess.
Yeah.
And he was talking about all the, I guess, proliferation of 40k mobile games that has happened the last years or months.
Yeah.
So, and it just there's a bunch of controversy around games around Games Workshop right now.
Yeah. They close. They ban everybody. They kind of try to do every fan effort in the community.
They didn't ban everybody. Basically, they claim that people can't people cannot make fan animations, fan-made animations or products like that based on their IPs.
Yeah.
Which and the 40k community has a huge section of the community are content creators who do animations and
correct.
All this side content based on the lore of 40k and just the regular Warhammer, Age of Sigmar stuff.
Yep.
And maybe a couple of years ago or a year ago, there was this big Astartes series of videos made by this one dude.
It was amazing.
That went so viral. It went super viral on YouTube. And I think he even got hired by
Games Workshop
to develop some kind of stuff.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. Nobody knows because he basically closed his channel, his YouTube channel, and he posted a video where he was explaining, now I'm working with Games Workshop and doing a thing and blah, blah, blah. So basically he got hired by them. He's working in some like a Starters 2 product series. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And all these things, like Games Workshop is now launching it's gonna launch soon, like this Disney Plus kind of platform.
What?
Where people where people can, or which is the official place that people will have to consume Warhammer and 40K related
content,
animation, stories, like all this type of content creation.
Yeah.
So it basically looks bad. It looks super shady that in the last couple of months they have come like super down with the IP hammer on all these like YouTubers and content creators that have been doing content for many years.
Everywhere.
People like if the Emperor had text to speech. Stuff like that.
Yeah. The lore videos, some of the lore channels, some of the old very good lore channels have been hit too.
I think most of the lore channels are okay.
Yeah.
Because also, like I've noticed, at least the bigger ones, Lutin and some of the other ones, they don't use any of the Games Workshop art.
Yeah.
They usually commission their own art to stay clear out of intellectual property problem.
Yeah.
But it's mainly like on content creators. So Games Workshop has been under a lot of hate. And they launched this I think it's Lost Crusade, which is this mobile game, very
garbo.
It's very bad.
Yeah.
I played for a while. Like I said, okay.
Oh my god, you actually went and play.
It's pure trash. It's pure.
Jesus. All right. That's the context in which Lucho brings.
That's basically a context, and basically this video that I came across on YouTube. It's on the heels of all this Games Workshop hating, and this is just throwing fuel into a fire.
Absolutely.
And I did kind of deserve.
It's a great video. You know, when I checked the link as soon as you made the script, I realized that I actually have watched the video before, and I was like, I remember this video. So if you're interested in watching that, I will leave the link below in the comments in YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can check it out. It's a good video, very funny. It has a couple of. I love the parody of we're Game Workshops and we like money.
it has its humor, but it has very fair criticism too.
Yeah.
So at least the way that the Games Workshop is doing things now.
So we said that this podcast was about freemium games. So let's get into that. What is a freemium game?
Tell me, what is a freemium game?
I was thinking about it. I was like, are gacha freemium games? Like, are they considered gacha? But I think I came into a more solid kind of like definition. And I believe that freemium games are games that are only possible to advance in a normal way, in a normal pace, by spending money, and there is no other way.
I mean that's. I believe that's like one category of freemium games, right? Because there is also ones that are plagued by ads, for example.
Yeah.
That basically want you to pay to remove the ad.
Yeah, and they give you those things. Yeah.
Those fall into
that category. Yeah.
Category. The one that you're describing, which is like progression, throttling, or like slowing down.
Maybe we can expand it that that you have to pay either by money or by time, but that's not necessary because
I know what you mean, and it just like how I understand it.
Yeah,
it's like if the game puts like a wall in front of the player that you cannot. That the only reasonable way to overcome
is by paying money.
Is by putting money into a game.
All right, that sounds.
And that can be done in many ways. Like, it can take the formula of advertisement or actual game or features, for example.
Yeah, purchases. So I think that definition serves a little bit more of these kind of games, that if the game puts a wall of progress in front of you that can only be beaten by money.
Just that the wall can take many
wall can take many shapes. So as you said, loot box spending is one, gambling is the other, right? There is premium games that have inside gambling for you to advance. Ads in pure money spending, just buying resources directly with your credit card, right? But the important thing is, like, these are games that are free to play and had a huge wall of progress that can only be beat by money, right?
Yeah.
So when I was thinking when I was thinking about that, I was asking, like, are gacha in that category? Because
they could fall, and some of them do.
There we go. So yeah. So I was suspecting.
It's also very. I mean, up to some degree, they are freemium game, because all gacha games are basically gambling at the end of the day.
Correct.
The question resides, or where the area becomes grayer, or the discussion becomes muddier, is how do you act, like, how is the free path, how fair or how accessible the free path actually is in game. And that it's a more difficult discussion.
Yeah, it's a muddier thing, but yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, some gacha games can
they exist on the spectrum. Like some gacha games are closer to freemium, some others are a little bit farther away from that, and
correct.
There's a little bit of everything in between. It's not like black or white.
Yeah. The only thing that I will say about freemium games is that they are very, very overly aggressive with their monetization methods. Like, more so than gacha. Even when we discussed Honkai Impact, we said that it has some aggressive kind of monetization, but these, like, the freemium games, like the thing that you would call a freemium game, like, in front of it is in another level. So I think gacha games live in the spectrum, but there's some games but not all gacha are freemium games. There's some gacha which are more friendly and less to the player than less aggressive and less monetized. But freemium games like that category are all aggressively monetized, have heavily ads, and you will find out super quick that you need money to do anything in the game.
Yeah.
Right. So I have another curious question about trying to define this category of games. Is Candy Crush a freemium game?
I mean, I think it has ads, or at some point
it has ads, and you can buy lives or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it is a freemium game. It is. It just feels. Just because of the way that it monetizes itself.
Yeah.
It feels less evil than others.
All right.
but still a freemium game.
All right. You will say that it's still a freemium game.
Yeah.
All right. So it's difficult because the second question is, the next question is, what are the characteristics or very poignant things that when you open a game and you see these things, it's like, oh yeah, this is definitely a freemium game, right? Yeah. And as we are like talking about this, it's like it's difficult because there's degrees. Like, does gacha, just because he has some like a form of gambling, is there like straight away a freemium game? Can we just define it like that? And then we have some freemium games in AAA space, if that's the definition. We have some games that are free to play and it has like a lot of like loot boxes and microtransactions and that sort of stuff, like, I don't know, League of Legends, Valorant, that sort of stuff. But where does the line lie is the question, right? Is it a spectrum? Like, is anything that has gamble and microtransaction is instantly a thing?
It depends how broad we make the definition. Because if we say basically like a freemium product in general is defined as like it is offered for free.
Yeah.
But some of the features are paywall.
Oh, okay.
So for example, and like many products fall into that category. So for example, Adult Premium Free. It's freemium.
Yes.
It's a freemium product because you can download a free version of that, but
correct.
Many of the features are locked behind a license.
Correct.
It's something that exists not only in video games, not something that exists all around the place. and it ranges like from Microsoft Office to like they can fall into that definition.
Yeah.
Like so, League of Legends, sure, it also does because the game exists for free, but it has a lot of features, heroes locked behind paywall.
Well, in defense, that's the thing. In defense of League,
can you pay for them?
You can pay for the heroes, but you can slowly.
They are locked behind a paywall.
All right, fair enough. All right. So, where do we put the line for this conversation?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not completely sure. If it was up to me, I would probably put the line in you are overly aggressive monetizing your players.
Then you have to say what is overly aggressive.
Or you are super trolling your players, because in the example of League, you can play League of Legends without paying a dime.
Yeah, but it has many features paywall.
And you can progress infinitely. Like you can progress infinitely
sure.
in League without paying money. That's my point.
But you don't have access to all the features for free.
You don't have access to all the features. That is true. That is true. but what I mean is like you can progress. You can your progress is not halted. Yeah, I think that's where the line lies, right? That it we can put the line there. I find that that's the line of happiness, right? That your progression is not directly dependent of how much money you spend on the game. I would say that's a good line to put on, right?
But that line means nothing because, again, people can argue many things for different products where that line lives. I'm not saying that in a spirit that disagree with you.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's just it's a wimpy definition. You're not really taking a stand. because basically what you're saying is you want to defend the things that you like.
No. I want to try. No, it's not that I want to defend the things that I like. It's that I want to try to not make this category insanely broad.
But sadly, it is.
Oh my god.
It is because again, there are many products that you don't think has freemium that are.
Well, the other thing is like the other thing is like the label of freemium games has a certain.
It has a very specific connotation.
Yeah, exactly. So if we take it as a purely like academic definition, a lot of games are freemium games, but they don't have the connotation of that.
They don't have the trappings of the
of the worst of the kind.
They don't have the stigma.
Yeah, there you go.
Assigned to the name of premium games, but many games that you don't think as freemium are.
Yes. So do we talk about like
Call of Duty?
Yeah. All right. So we just define freemium games as the thing, and then we talk about the worst of them, or what is the idea here?
The idea is to discuss where we're gonna put the line. That's the discussion that we're having.
All right, okay.
Because again, we could say, under the definition that I gave, is Warframe freemium? Yeah.
Yes, technically yes. Yeah.
Does it feel like a shitty mobile game that it's putting ads on your phone? No, it's far from that. Yeah. And it's the same for League, and it's the same for many other games. Yeah. They are freemium, because they're unlocking features. It's false that these are free games.
Yeah, correct.
It's absolutely false.
Yeah.
We cannot call them free. On the truest sense of, is this product free? No, it's not.
Fair enough. Yeah.
No, because that would be deceiving. Even for Warframe, as much as we like it.
Yeah.
Do we have we download the game from zero? Do we have full access to all the features? No.
Correct.
It's for Destiny 2. Same. You have to pay for some of the content. You don't have access to all of it.
Yeah, you're right. New Light can be a freemium kind of side of thing.
It is. They are. So and that's the point that, and I understand what you're I do agree with your point that there is certain stigma.
Yeah.
When you label a certain game freemium, because there is a stigma associated with freemium, which is the Clash of Clans of games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what people think of it. That's the thing that we should capture.
Yeah. All right.
That's and I agree. But if we're being honest with ourselves,
we're being academic and how do you define this thing? If I have these characteristics, a lot of things are freemium, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of, I'm not trying to offend it. I'm just saying, Warframe or Destiny 2, they're not free to play games.
Yeah.
You can play some of it for free, but it definitely has.
So in that same pondering, are any true free to play games?
I probably not, because no one will make anything for free.
I will say the only free to play game is if they just give you away a game like the Epic Store or something like that.
True. Right? If you get it for if you get a game for free,
if you get 100% of everything in the game for free,
it was free for you, but it's not a free product.
Yeah. So
truly free products, right?
Yeah,
I think so. And again, there are many things that fall into it. Is Dropbox a free product? No, it's freemium.
My God.
It's Google free? No, it's freemium.
All right, we have to put a line, because if everything is freemium, I know. Nothing is freemium.
No, it's not really.
Well, nothing is freemium in the concept that the internet understands, although the stigma that carries the definition. So I think with that out of the way, we try to find out where the line is.
So it's more than the line. It is. I think it's just making clear that when we're saying freemium, we're clearly thinking of the games that have the stigma of freemium.
Yeah. So
Clash of Clans.
Yeah, exactly.
Those kind of things.
So let's define the freemium games as the stigma of a garbage game. What characteristics that it has? I think the one is the one that we mentioned before, where your progression is marred by a wall of you have to pay in some way, shape, or form. And there is no other way to progress. I think that's important, right? I think that's important to separate it with gacha game that gives you some that is more friendly. I don't know.
No. Let me just say this. I know what you're trying to capture, and I agree with that.
Yes.
It's just that a lot of the actually freemium games, or the things that we consider freemium games,
just
get away on a technicality. Things like Clash of Clans, for example.
All right, yeah.
You just, it's not that you cannot do it. It's just that you need to invest, put days, it has waiting times of many days or many months. Which is to a point that is completely unreasonable.
All right, so let's
technically,
let's try to define a wall as that even if that wall is surmountable at in a smaller time, is unreasonable to do it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a spectrum, because there's some freemium games that they're just there's a wall, and if you don't pay, there's no amount of time that you can spend trying to progress, right? And there's others that, as you say, get with the. So let's put it clearly. One of the characteristics is they have a progression wall that is unsurmountable only by money and is unreasonable to do it by time. Right? That works.
Yep.
All right. The other kind of characteristics is they're mere by ads, and they sometimes give you benefits inside the game for either consuming the ad or recommending the ad or any shape of this.
Sure.
Right? And the third characteristic that they have is that they have very active gambling in all the stages of gameplay. Right? They either have loot boxes or random drops, all mere through all the layers of gameplay, and in all these layers you can buy these kind of chances with money.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Am I missing any characteristics?
Not in general, but there'll be things that will slip through the cracks. Sure.
All right. So, to say, what is a freemium game for us? It has an insurmountable wall of progress that it can only be beat by either money or an unreasonable amount of time. It has ads everywhere that gives you sometimes they give you either help in the game or resources, and it has gamble mechanics through all the design of the game. Right?
Yep.
Those are the characteristics for a freemium game. So, what are the common criticisms inside this beyond the obvious ones? Beyond the obvious ones, if they just want milk your money, right? And the sad, the most harsh criticisms that these games have is the nature of the design is generally predatory and deceiving, right?
Yes.
When they're saying you can if you spend just $5 in this thing, you can progress so much more, and we will give you all these benefits and blah blah blah, and they will give you extra for your next purchase, and then you get extra loot boxes and stuff, and they kind of trying to get straight away get you in that hook. That's one of the most common criticisms of this freemium game, that are very dangerous, predatory, aggressive, gambling mechanics everywhere.
That's one of the main criticisms for sure. I think another one is that a lot of them, especially on the mall market or mall sector, are just copies of one another.
Yeah, they just build.
There is no real. They just have different codes of paint, but it's basically the same game.
Yeah. And I think I understand the designer is the philosophy is if you're just gonna make a pachinko machine, the only thing that you have to worry is how good your paint of coat is.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
If your goal is just to milk as much money as you can from a group
the
of
user,
people, why would you invest any
time
actual capital into making something new or something interesting.
Yeah. So the
you can just copy a proven formula. And
what is the most common things that you see in these freemium games? You either see auto battles.
Auto battles are one of those.
Builders.
Yeah, these base builders are one of the common ones. AFK, like hero collectors.
AFK hero collectors, yes, correct.
That's another one.
And PvP kind of like auto battlers.
PvP auto battlers, yeah.
And those are like the most common.
Those are kind of the class. I mean, there are a lot of. You'll come across many like puzzle-based games.
Yeah.
Where they just take like classic or like easy puzzles, and they will just read the app with like advertisement.
Yeah, correct.
There are some like puzzle games that are actually like just good mobile games.
Yeah.
But the whole sector is just plagued with trash full of ads.
And it's funny that you say that, because I was thinking like I play Sudoku on my phone. And like there is a lot of Sudokus, like there is a lot of Sudokus apps, but there is a lot of Sudokus apps who gets you like if you want a hint into the puzzle, they play you an ad or tell you to pay for the hint or whatever combination of it. So you can technically take anything and put aggressive monetization in it.
you can, and they do it like from the easiest puzzle games to they do it, and it just feels bad.
Yeah.
Because I feel like puzzle games, like classic puzzles, are one thing that would be very enjoyable on a phone, because it's something that you could play like on your commute to work, or like while waiting for an appointment or something like that. Correct. Like puzzles are usually fun, but when the apps itself are written with annoying advertisements.
It's awful.
You know what other characteristic would I add?
What?
That they usually have advertisement that is very deceiving.
Deceiving advertisement. I don't know if I would put it as a characteristic. Will you put it like as a part of the definition that I had?
I definitely would, because because for example, how many bullshit like advertisement have you come across for
mobile games?
Clash of Clans, or like
thousands and thousands of like fake advertising from
and how many bullshit advertisement have you come across for things like Wolf or League of Legends? I have come across for I think it's League advertisement for the mobile version.
Yeah, for
but it's
for Clash, for Rift something.
Whatever bullshit that is. But it doesn't feel the same, because it's kind of this, just come and play the game. It's not like selling you an experience that is not. I mean, it's kind of, you see all these beautiful people playing League of Legends, which is not true, but.
Hey, I play League of Legends.
You are not beautiful.
Am I at least adorable?
No, you're not. But that's, I'll definitely put that like as like at least one of those red, you know?
Yeah. So do you want to like aggregate it, like they always have deceiving advertising?
I would.
I feel like they like if I don't know, man.
I would.
Yeah, I think you're right. In this definition of premium games, you're absolutely right. They always have deceiving advertisement. And one of the most common criticisms about it is like the advertising is absolutely high quality compared with the game.
It's absolutely it's also a complete misrepresentation of the game.
Correct. Yes.
And you know which game falls into that trapping?
Which game? What? Honkai? You say?
Yeah. It
Really?
has some awful ads that are just
I haven't seen any hats from Honkai.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
They're not the worst.
Yeah.
They have these ads where they basically took parts of one of the cinematics.
Yes.
And they make it look like if it were a quick time event in game.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Which is not what the game is at all.
No.
No.
That never happens.
The game is way more interesting than just a succession of like quick time events.
Yeah.
So it's this weird thing where I think the game is better than what they were showing, but they still do it.
That's why.
Which is why I know, but they do it. Like I've seen.
Yeah. They have an entire this company that make premium games. They invest a lot in advertising. They pay the ad makers and the publicists a lot more money than the developers because
But I think that's part of the red flag.
Yeah, fair enough.
The thing that will hinge you, and this is kind of
dodgy,
sketchy.
Yeah, and you've seen it everywhere. You see the guy. Oh yeah, look, I have this base, and I do this, blah blah blah. And in reality, that takes $50,000 and 2 years for what he did in 2 minutes of advertising in the screen.
Yeah, no. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it is the worst. It is the worst. So those are the most common criticisms of the majority. The majority of those games are very low quality in terms of what you can do on them. That's the other thing. Very low qual. That's the other criticism that I want. Zero effort. Everything is recycled, or everything's gambling machines.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the other thing is they have 5,000 and million types of premium currencies just to not letting you, because that's a common trick that you use if you don't want a human to know how much money he's spending.
Some of them, but not all of them.
Not all of them. Yeah. But some of them
do, right. But I don't think that's that widespread.
Yeah. But that's it. Any other criticism of freemium games? Are they full of virus? They're full of ads. They try to copy what is the name? They try to copy known games names. If you're looking for the League of Legends that we're talking about, if you search for League of Legends, there is a bunch of freemium games that they call League of Legends of Puzzle, blah blah blah, of League of Legends of Heroes, or League of Legends, and yeah.
I have never came across many of those, but yes, that's definitely.
Yes, that's the other thing that they do, trying to catch you out of guard that you misread and then you install this cancerous premium game. So be careful what you install, because another thing about very reconnected freemium games that you can get there's something have it's not a virus, it's spam. And they lead advertising inside your phone, even if you're uninstalling
they could leave bloatware in your phone.
Yeah, malware. There you go. That's the one I was looking for. So there's another criticism is that some of them have malware.
Even though, to be fair, most of the stores, nowadays do a better job.
Filtering this kind of behaviors.
Screening the apps themselves.
Yeah, that is true.
The Google Store, the Apple Store, they do a fairly good job at screening stuff.
Yeah, we find out recently that Apple has an actual human team that verifies their apps.
Google does too.
Yeah. So very cool, very interesting.
The Apple verification process is a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's super, super hard. But,
huge pain in the ass.
But we still have some cases where some apps get malware.
Things will like they will still accept a lot of like low quality products.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have the Apple verification is a pain in the ass. The Google verification is a little bit easier, but it's still a huge pain in the ass.
Correct.
And it's still done by human. Like at some point, both of them are done by.
Yeah. So then circling back, now that we have kind of our definition, like this huge paywall, ads everywhere, gambling, and on top of that, deceiving publicity or PR and misrepresentation of what the actual game is. The question is are all mobile games freemium? And are all gachas freemium? I will defend gachas, and I will say that some of them yes, some of them not.
I wouldn't defend gachas for as much as I like many of them. Because
all right.
Most of them, even if they don't incur in like all of the practices at once, most of them fall into a couple.
All right. Yeah, I've seen some publicity misrepresentation of gachas we discussed before, and they all by the nature have gambling in it. They have, some of them have insurmountable walls, and some of them even has ads for other gachas, which is the interesting part.
Some of them do. That one is not that common, but some of them do.
Yeah.
They all have gambling because that's basically what a gacha machine is.
Yeah, correct.
It's just a gambling machine.
Yeah.
I think that the saving grace for at least the good gacha games out there is that for the most part the developers put effort into making them unique.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like they're not risking.
It's not the same gacha game, or at least the good one. They're atrocious examples of things that are just trash.
Yeah,
but
correct.
The ones that the gacha community considers good.
Yeah,
like the Fate Grand Order, the Azure Lane, the Girls from
Genshin
Line,
Impact, Honkai.
The developers clearly put a lot of effort into making them unique, and like they have unique gameplay and like meaningful things to do in the game.
Correct.
They have made them themselves.
Correct.
Although they do have some of the like the freemium characteristics.
Yeah.
Some of them have misleading advertisements. Some of them have very predatory monetization.
Yes, correct. So yeah, all gacha games are freemium indeed, but we have some good ones, I guess. What will you say to that?
It is more than good ones. Is that the worst? Like in my opinion, one of the worst offenses of freemiums is that just blatant copy of other games.
Correct.
And at least the decent gachas, they try to do their own thing. Yeah,
they try to have their own mechanics, interesting interactions, or tell a good story or whatever in between, right?
And I mean,
so you'll say that gacha like gets a pass just because they're freemium games with effort. Some of the gachas.
At least they are trying.
Yeah.
At least they're trying.
Yeah, and that's we play like we have to be a clarifying, like we are very game literate, me and Lucho here. So we try these games knowing what they are. Yeah, we don't recommend them, as we say in the Honkai review.
We don't I don't recommend anyone play gacha.
Yeah, correct. Me neither. I don't recommend anybody play gacha, but saying that, like Genshin Impact is a reality on like the mainstream games, and
it is, and it is. And I guess that's what was making waves when Genshin made a huge splash on the market is that it is a AAA quality game.
Yeah.
That has some of the like freemium trappings on it.
Correct. So.
And it's still a good game.
Yes.
Up to some degree.
Correct.
And you can see that they put a lot of effort in making it unique and interesting. Yep. And and giving it like there was the side there was design that went into a game.
Yes, correct. There was effort to put into a game, gameplay wise, and like in the story that they're telling. But at the end of the day, if you remove that, there's still a freemium game.
they still have some of the trapping.
Yeah,
but also like you can see, I don't know how closely you follow some of these developers.
Not as close as you, probably.
Yeah. But for example, many of them, and at least I know from Mika Team and Mihojo, who are the Girls from Line and Honkai developers.
Yep.
They, for example, have like monthly streams where they talk about their games, which is something that not even like all AAA developers.
Yeah, not even all AAA developers do.
And it's you can you can see on those streams that they care a little bit about the thing that they are doing.
It feels weird because it's the thing about like we know that we're making we know that we're trying to make all the money in the world, but at least let's make it a good product and a good game.
So it's a very weird dichotomy between the two.
Between
these two worlds.
Correct.
But I don't know. Like when you tune into those streams, you can see that they do care about their product.
Correct. And they care about like the players and what they do.
And the gameplay and they talk about new features and you see that.
They want to at least give you a good experience while they're trying to take your money.
Which I think
it's appreciated. Is the thing, like, if you're gonna rob me, at least be nice.
At least be nice about it.
Exactly. You're still robbing me, but
that's really kind of the saving grace in my head.
Fair. Okay.
They're putting some effort into making a decent product. Which is more than we can say for many.
A lot of this. So all our mobile games freemium. The majority, I would say, like 80% of the games in mobiles are freemium, right?
And it's weird. Do you remember in the earlier days of the iPhone and the App Store?
Yeah.
That many of the apps they have those regular prices, and that kind of model just faded away.
Yeah, just they would just like sell you normal games, like
like for $10 or $5 or something. That just completely disappeared. Like that's
they still sell some.
They
games.
are. No, they are. I'm not saying
but generally,
it's not completely gone.
Yeah,
but
generally that is like, I don't know, a big studio doing it or some sort of promotion or ad, or like it has like it is not the norm. That's what we're trying to say. So I think now in 2020, 80% of the games in mobiles are freemium games.
Yes.
So it's a shame, but they print money.
Did you know which mobile game I bought at some point?
You bought a mobile game? Tell me about it. Oh my god.
Kingdom Rush.
Kingdom Rush.
Have you ever played Kingdom Rush?
No. What is it? Is it a free runner?
It's a tower defense.
It's a tower defense game. Oh.
It's so good.
Oh.
So good. You should give it a try. It's an amazing game.
Interesting. You see. So but that's the rule. And then the sad question of this script that Lucho decided to put in here. And is, why are we seeing a rise of freemium games connected to well-recognized IP? And the answer to that is like...
Money.
I like money. Like Mr. Krabs says.
It's
but beyond that is like there's been a how do you say? There's been a trend since smartphones became smarter, quote unquote, and more widespread than normal phones. Since phones stopped being phones and start being like mini computers, and is that there's a big demand for especially like this come from let's say China, but not entirely from China. There was a big demand of entertainment while on the go.
Yeah.
Right? And that means that the public wants a small and very satisfactory experiences while on the go and easy to access. Right? And that experience it lends very, very well to gambling experiences.
Yes, it does. And gambling is very entertaining.
And gambling is absolutely entertaining because it's as old as balls.
I know. I mean, if gambling wouldn't be entertaining, we wouldn't have casinos.
Correct.
Stuff like that. So
and
gambling is entertaining.
The majority of the signs of gambling are small experiences, if you think about it. Right? You play
the most effective ones. Yes.
You play a hand of blackjack, and that takes no more than 5 minutes. You play a roulette, and that takes no more than 5-10 minutes. You play a slot machine, and that takes 2-3 minutes. Yeah. So all these experiences were easy to develop and very profitable in the mobile market. And they fit perfectly with what the people were looking for.
I agree with that.
So then we came with the Chinese market where there are some weird practices that are allowed.
So some weird practices are allowed and like... I think culturally speaking, gambling is not as...
it's not frowned upon. No, there is
a lot of... It's not as frowned upon as it is
Correct.
The
Correct.
West.
In fact, there's like a lot of like proud into and honor into like some gambling practices.
I don't know about that, but I know that for sure it's more...
super normalized, right? It's super normalized. So everybody gambles, everybody spend money on gambling, etc., right? It's very common. So we have the test bed of the Chinese market just putting out all these experiences, basically basing gambling and disguised as big entertaining IPs, right? And we have data. And once you have data, well, there is no excuse for printing money.
That is fair.
Right? And it becomes more and more. Then we have the loot boxes, and then we have everything else from the way. So that's why it's been overcome. Now we're seeing a lot of very well recognized IPs doing this because it's an easy way to do an advert, make ridiculous amount of money in very cheap. So why not?
Yep.
Right? That is the question that these big IPs are asking now. Is why should I not do this if the market is just there and is by data very profitable because people like me and Lucho are like the minority in the gaming market. Like the gaming market is not as savvy as you will thought. We have had some more savviness and knowledge into the gaming market, but still the majority of people just play this small experience. They don't have enough time to educate themselves in gaming or what is good and what is right, and they think that that's the norm. Right? That if you want to like have a small experience in a mobile game, you just have to spend a little bit of money and that's it, or gamble or whatever else. So yeah, that's the reason why we're seeing a lot of recognized IPs, because the only question that they have to say is why not, right? And generally the answer to that question is how much it will cost us in goodwill or good or bad PR or things like that.
Basically.
Yeah, right. It's not known. It's not known. It's that we're not gonna do money on it or not. It's like it's bad. No. The question is, do we have the goodwill to spend?
Pretty much. And that's exactly why we're talking about games workshop.
On top of that, on top of that, the tools to make games for phones are the majority free and easy to use. So the development cost over the years for making mobile games are being reduced. So
yeah, I mean, to be fair, I know from experience from a friend that publishing on the Apple Store is expensive. Like if you're like an independent developer.
Yeah. No, I mean, not the cost of putting into a store. I mean the cost of making them.
The cost of making them, it's again, it depends for what are you developing for. I like getting access to Apple Studio, Apple Suite tools. Thing.
To the IPK.
Is not super expensive, but it's not super cheap.
Yeah,
it's definitely cheaper to develop for Android.
Correct.
And to get access to because Google makes it just cheaper to access. But it's also fairly easy.
Yeah.
Like with a fairly basic knowledge of some Java and some C.
C++ or Java or whatever. Like
C++ or Java.
And even so, like I see right now tools for making games that when you don't need to put like a line of code and you can make a game.
Yeah, but even if you wanted to just code it up, it's something that it's information that you can find just free tutorials on YouTube.
Yeah, correct. So
it's very easy to develop. Very basic product is very.
So that's the thing.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Yeah, so that's the reason why we've seen so many IPs. Like to the point that some freemium games become part of a PR budget.
Yeah,
I've seen so much of like you just make a freemium game app to promote a movie or another game or something else or a product or things like that.
Yeah.
So that easy, they bring money.
I mean, if you have Disney money, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, there you go. And the next question, which is kind of like, I don't know, if there's any value or place for freemium games from the consumer perspective.
Is there?
They will entertain you, I guess.
No, and it is from the consumer specifically because for the developer,
well,
sure,
yes,
you'll make
money.
Course.
Yeah, you just bring money there. Yeah.
But from the consumer perspective, it's harder to say yes or no.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, as we say, there's some experience out there that are good.
And very entertained, and we consume some of the things that live on that space, and
correct.
We take some like we enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah, I think I will say that the biggest benefit is that that no matter what your financial situation, you can play a game in your phone and have an interesting experience in the game world. I will say that. I think that's the best thing that I can say about freemium games.
That's absolutely true, and like we cannot deny that for younger generations, mobile games will probably be their introduction to gaming.
Yeah, like the majority of people have a phone or an old computer or some kind of
electronic device. I'm thinking about kids nowadays. Like they will have access to tablets or their parent phones or something, and that's probably gonna be their first exposure to
games that they're gonna have. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So that's the good part. The good part that you will get exposure to this great genre.
Exposure.
Not the best. Because again, we're talking about a product that is full of gambling things and predatory practices and Jesus.
Which is why this is a super sketchy practice, because a lot of these things are marketed to kids.
Yeah, correct. That's the other thing about like freemium games that are absolutely marketed for kids, even if they're not saying it.
Yeah, no, but it's just shiny colors and
big noises and
they are definitely marketed at
absolutely blended. I would say that that's the only benefit for the consumer, that you get like I know people that have been playing like League of Legends or like mobile phones for a long time, and that's their game. You know what I mean? And they didn't have to spend a dime.
What I will say is that we'll get we'll have a lot of trash.
Yeah.
Trash games in this. But from time to time, and it's gonna be rare, but we'll have a decent product.
Correct.
And those are probably the things that make it worth.
Correct.
If at all, like if there is something salvageable of the whole.
If there is any bright side to this aggressive gambling, despicable side of the market, is that we give access to people who.
Not only that, but like we'll get maybe 1 in a million
good product. Yeah. As we got in Honkai and Genshin, right? Or
whatever you personally enjoy.
Yeah, whatever you personally enjoy. I think that's the only saving grace.
Probably. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah, like I said about like these kind of things. Any other consumer benefits? Let's think about beyond that. I don't see anything else. Nah. We've seen horror stories about people like just wasting their savings in gachas and freemium games and Clash of Clans and all that sort of stuff, like products. So if you're out there releasing our podcast, and be aware.
Don't do it.
Be savvy. Realize that they want your money. Stop. Play something else. Right? That's our message from the Sweaty the Farmer and the Game Design. Please be savvy. Stop playing. Watch yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. So, what is our take on personal opinion on freemium games to close this insanity of episode?
I mean, my personal opinion is that I enjoy some of them, but I know, I know what I'm getting into, and I would never recommend anyone.
Yeah, man. Look, my personal opinion about as a game designer is don't take it against the developer or the designer or the people who actually made the thing, because they were just being paid for it. Take it against the suit who decided that was a good idea to make.
Sometimes you have to pay the bills.
Yeah, you have to pay the bills. Like I've done some development on gambling apps and I've read some design documents for like freemium games and that sort of stuff, and like I've been paid for it. Not proud of it, but at least I try to make it like interesting and high quality and like the standards of my opinion as a game designer. But at the end of the day, there's still freemium games and very highly monetized. maybe that's why I try to like from the beginning try to defend some of the gacha games.
Right? I mean,
because I see that effort, that extra like you've been paying for making money, but at least you're doing like a good effort to do a quality product, you know?
I know.
Right?
I know.
Right, you know.
I know what you mean. I know where you're coming from, but still.
Yeah. So if
that's what my take is. I enjoy some of them.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't tell anyone to play them.
Yeah, I would love to see a lot more legislation and laws for this, especially for the side of this industry that prey on kids. And like
it definitely needs it.
We're gonna see like we already are starting to see like very bad stories and things like and tendencies from the youth of like gambling and that sort of stuff, because this side of the game market has been
they've been coming down for the last couple of years, but still legislation sadly
is low.
Is a slow beast.
Yeah, so be careful with what your children play if you have little ones running around you. And be careful of what you play, because you're not exempt of this kind of practices. Yeah. Even we have like rationalized our own practices. and sometimes spend money with like
it is. This episode was also an exercise in self-reflection.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, because it's difficult. It's hard. It's hard in the games. The games are such a... How to explain? Games are such a involved experience that you become a little bit more vulnerable to this kind of trappings. Right?
Of course.
So
of course you do.
Yeah. So that's the marvelous thing of games and the terrible things of games. So anything else to add, my friend?
I think that's good on my side.
I think I just hate bad freemium games, but I like some gacha games. That's my closing statement. Alright, so now we move to audience questions and feedback. Remember, if you want to ask us any question, or you have a doubt in your mind, if you had an opinion or anything else in between, please let us know down in the comments below. If you're watching us on YouTube, otherwise you can send us a tweet or an email or a message or any other way, shape, or form that you want to communicate with us. We are open to anything and everything for the most part.
For the most.
Yeah. So our first question of the day is from the data mine episode. A commenter says, I thought in the data mine episode you were going to talk about cheats using that tech. What are your opinions about that in that context?
What type of cheats are we talking about?
There is some cheats who uses data mine visuals or injection data mine codes. I think that's what he was referring to.
I mean, most of those things are against
TOS?
User agreement.
Yeah, user agreements, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean...
In the bad side of the data mine.
it is on the bad side, but it just... I mean, probably... Like, to be fair, most of the data mine practices, like it or not, are probably against user agreement license.
Yeah.
So all those things are infringing in those, no matter the intention.
Correct.
Because also the user agreements are more robust than what they really care about.
Yep. Whoa. Careful.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So it's at your own risk, like many things.
Yeah, fair enough. I saw a very scary like cheat technology recently, where people were using like an input coder and a capture card to read the images in a side PC, and it was like undetectable for the games.
Sure.
It was really scary. like an undetectable cheat based on like AI recollection and machine learning.
That is undetectable. That is undetectable now.
Yes, undetectable now.
Like
So,
no cheat is foolproof.
Yeah.
It will just take time for the tools to adapt to a new, because it's always a cat and mouse race.
Problem. Yeah.
So will people always come with new cheats? Yes, all the time they do it. It's just, that's the job.
Correct.
I don't know what to tell you. It's
correct. But yeah, as we say in that episode, like that side of the data mine that is like malicious or try to like remove or modify kind of the data is. Nah, our opinion is that don't do it. It's bad.
I mean, not just is bad. It's just probably any type of data mining like infringes on user agreement.
Kind of illegal.
It's more than it is not really legal. It's just that you're signing a contract, you're violating it. You are
breaking the law.
not the law. You're breaking an agreement that you make.
Yes.
So it will have, or it could have consequences.
Correct.
You just lose access. And again, as nowadays many games you don't really buy the game, you pay for access.
Correct.
Especially for online or live experiences.
Yeah.
Like when you buy those, you don't buy the product itself. You're kind of buying an entry card.
Yeah.
And that entry card comes with an user agreement, and if you violate that, you just can lose all privileges to a product.
Correct. So yeah.
So
there you go.
Don't do it. You are wasting your money.
Yeah, there you go. And our second question of this week is, what's the worst new play experience that you had and you still play the game?
The worst?
Yeah.
Probably Warframe.
I was thinking kind of like the same. Really, like that was the worst new player experience. So we still play a lot of that game.
Probably Warframe. Like objectively, it was probably a worse experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I don't know. Maybe some sandbox games come into mind.
Yeah.
Like Rim World, for example.
Wow. Okay.
it has basically no new player experience. You just choose a random world to start in, and they just drop you in with a couple of hints what to do. But
that's it.
Is that a good new player experience?
No.
Yeah. Not really, but it's also a game that is not trying to do that.
Fair enough.
But it's an awful new player experience. Like if you don't know what you're getting into, it's not gonna ease you into it. It just goes straight into a survival city builder kind of thing, and there you go.
Fair enough. I think I'll agree with you. The weirdest things, like I didn't feel that Warframe was that bad because I was kind of prepared for it. I did, like the way that I play games is like I do some research before going into a new game. So, but objectively, yes, that was the worst new player experience, and then we keep playing the game. I will say that the other new player experience bad for me was like World of Warcraft.
Yes, it has.
When I started playing it, yeah, before they fix it, quote unquote.
Even with the fix, the problem is that the learning experience is not representative of what the actual game is.
Correct. Yeah.
And many MMOs suffer from that.
Yeah.
To be fair, like they can introduce you mechanically to a game.
Yeah.
but more often than not, the leveling experience is not a good representation of what the actual gameplay will be if you stick to a game.
Yeah, I think
that's true for Final Fantasy. That's true for WoW. That's
Correct.
true for Black Desert. That's
Correct.
true for Guild Wars.
Yeah. Some of them like distract you with the story, but that's so far as that can take you.
that can take you so far, but like once you're like into the deep end of that game, the experience is not gonna be at all what the leveling experience.
Correct.
So in that sense, those are bad, bad new player experiences.
Correct.
I don't know if you can do much of that in an MMO, especially like all these like live services kind of MMO.
You can always do better, but it's kind of difficult in that context.
It feel like it's just the nature of that genre, kind of.
Yeah.
That it's kind of pretty much like the best thing that you can get out of the learning experience is learning the class, quote unquote, that you're playing.
Yeah.
And that's the best that you can expect. Anything, because once you reach the goal, it's just your daily life on the game is gonna look very different to level.
Correct. Very, very different. All right, and that is all for this episode, my friend.
That's all for this week's episode. Once again, thanks for tuning in into The Sweaty, the Farmer, and the Game Design. My name is Luch, and you can find me on Twitter @LuchGPolanco.
And I am the London Gamer, and you can find me on Twitter @TheLondonGamer and on Twitch on twitch.tv/LondonGamer, where I will stream the beginning of the season 15 of Destiny 2. So stay tuned for that. It's on the 24th of August. So yes, much hype, very cool.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So if you want to know what I'm going live, follow me on your social media to know. Links down below, or we mentioning them here on the time all the time. You're just hearing us. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and do everything social that helps the show. We appreciate it deeply every time we see a comment or a like or any kind of love. We like you. I hope you like us.
We really hope.
Yeah. And thanks for coming to The Sweaty, the Farmer, and the Game Design. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. And did you know, according to the internet, the sandwich is named after John Montagu, that lived from 1718 and 1792, the 4th Earl of Sandwich. So it's like a place. Who started a craze for eating beef between two slices of toast. And the first recorded use of the word sandwich, with a capital S, was in 1762 by Edward Gibbon, writer of the Beef Steak Club in London.
And Americans eat more than 3 million sandwiches every day. This is an amazing statistics, and there are slightly more than 3 million Americans. And the most popular sandwich in America is the standard ham sandwich.
Just cheese.
It consists of ham, cheese, and mustard or mayo. It is followed by the good old BLT.
BLT, that's
bacon, lettuce, tomato.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato, yes. What is your favorite sandwich? It could be sour or savory. It could be savory or sweet. Sorry.
Favorite sandwich?
Yes.
Are burger sandwiches?
Oh my God! We are not gonna start that. Not gonna start a conversation here. just sandwiches, because burger, like for me, what like the burger pan, like the burger like pan, like the bread of the burger, makes it very specific to be a burger, right?
But it's a sandwich. It's meat and condiments and vegetables in between.
All right. Your favorite sandwich that is not a burger sandwich?
Hot dog sandwiches.